When I see y'all in these gyms and y'all be with y'all boyfriends that barely made it out of D3 collegiate athleticism and they got you doing the wrong shit, it really pisses me off. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Neek. Welcome to Redefining Wellness with Neek. If you're new here, hola, ¿cómo estás? And if you are returning, hey friends, you know the vibes. I'm pretty sure before we get into it, this quick video, make sure that you hit the like, the subscribe, share with a friend, do all of the things. So if you are familiar with my page, typically I give you podcast content. But today I'm giving you a quick video of my three things that you need to do before you get into a strength training program. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you don't know, now you will know. I'm a certified personal trainer. I've been in the fitness industry for 15 years, coming up this May. I have taught everything from HIIT classes, boot camp. I'm a cycle instructor. Those of you that follow me know that I'm an Orange Theory head coach. I've taught like my own pseudo version of like Pilates, stretch, all the things. I know all of the things, right? And one of the things that I've noticed in all the different places that I've worked in fitness, from boutique fitness studios to big box gyms to corporate wellness programs, is that these three things is what a lot of people are missing from their strength training program, even before they walk into the doors and they pick up that first dumbbell. So, number one, when you are starting a strength training program, you have to be mentally prepared and ready for that program. You are going to have moments depending upon the exercises that you might hate, depending upon, what your program is looking like. You might cry, you might scream, you might have an emotional release. Be ready for all of those things. Be mentally prepared to accept what is coming with the process. I think for me, and a lot of people know my story, going into wellness as a plus size girl, I wasn't prepared for all of the trauma that was going to come out during workouts, especially in the very beginning when I first was like getting into things like CrossFit, getting into Orange Theory, trying a bar class, which those are hard as fuck. I just want y'all to know that. I wasn't mentally prepared for how not physically taxing it is, but mentally taxing when you are at that brink of like pure fatigue and pain and soreness, and you have to keep going. Be prepared for that. Be mentally prepared for your program structure is going to change a lot. Like I said, I have been doing this for 15 years. My strength training program has changed. It has changed with how the wind blows. It has changed with how my life has progressed, has degressed. It's changed based on where I've lived. It's done so many different things. Be flexible and be adaptable to that change. Like mentally prepare yourself for that. Be mentally prepared for if, not if, but when the program does not go the way that you think it's going to go, or as quickly that you're going to pick up certain moves and form and results. Be ready for all of those things. I think a lot of people go into strength training programs and they immediately think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be great in like 2 weeks. No, no, it takes the average person anywhere from about 8 months to a year before you are fully confident in a strength training program. And that is if like you're coming off of it straight off the street. You've never picked up a dumbbell before. You've never really done a crunch before. Like it's that serious. So be prepared for the timelines to change. Be prepared for your results to not come as quickly, or be prepared for what your body is going to look like when the results do come quickly. How injuries are going to affect you. Like mentally prepare yourself for those things. In all honesty, I would tell most people think about going to therapy, especially if your reasonings for doing strength training are a little laced in some trauma. um, Consider going to therapy. Consider that. Talk to a friend about how you're mentally feeling about getting into that program, but be mentally prepared for shit not going your way. So, my second thing is have an idea of what you want your schedule to look like. How often are you going to be able to dedicate to a strength training program? At minimum, you should be able to do 2 times a week. 2 times a week. That is just to maintain, maybe even increase a little bit of your strength. You'll notice that over time. But to have a slower progress at least 2 times a week. If you're thinking more aggressive, then you're thinking like 4 to 5 times a week. But it depends on the way that you're doing your workouts, you know what I'm saying? So, like, how many times a week can you dedicate to coming in? What will your splits look like? And learn strength training lingo. When I talk about a split, how are you going to structure your days? So, for example, you could do an upper body split, lower body split, right? Or you could do a push pull split. Or what some people do, they do front back split. So they focus on the front of their body one day, focus on the back of their body one day, and then maybe focus on like torso rotation another day. Are you going to focus more on endurance training? Are you going for hypertrophy? So are you trying to build your muscles? Girls, I know that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get that booty up. That's for hypertrophy. Are you focusing more on overall strength? Are you looking more in like the power strength space? Like, really have an idea of what exactly it is that you want. Know what you want and know, you know, essentially what you need. You know, in every season of life, it's different for everybody. Me right now, I'm trying to be consistent. I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm trying to make some shit shake. You know, if I can get in 4 days of strength training per week, I feel like everything is going to be okay in the world. I don't have to like yell at anybody or be mean to anyone, but have an idea of what you want that structure to look like. What do you want your workouts to look like? What do you actually have time for? How are you going to give yourself grace in case you can't meet that demand? Because maybe one week at work, work is just ass, work is hell. You got all these deadlines. Maybe you have kids and your kids have sporting events and Girl Scouts and, you know, whatever else. Like, be honest and be open and realistic with yourself about that. Number three, this is probably the most important thing when you are even considering a strength training program, where are you going to do it at? Who's going to train you? Do you know how to do these movements? You don't know how to do these movements. Get a personal trainer, god damn it. And I get it. We were in a calamity of a economy, right? But if you decide, okay, I'm going to pick up these weights, or as my soror says, another day of picking shit up and putting it down. Do you know how to do the movements? More than likely, you don't. I go into the gym every day and I see y'all do the stupidest shit because you did not decide I don't know how to do this. Let me ask somebody for help. Now, if you go to a big box gym, typically like a Gold or LA Fitness or I think it's called EOS or E60, something like that, most gyms offer what is called a fitness orientation. So they'll take you through some of the basic exercises. They also may give you a fitness assessment. I strongly suggest doing the fitness assessment because you could be a lot stronger than what you think you are. But let's take it back. The fitness orientation, they'll go through the gym with you. They will show you the equipment. They will let you get on some of the equipment. If you have questions about things, they'll show you how to use it. Even if you're not in the midst of a fitness assessment, you should be able to go to the front desk staff, or if there's a personal trainer that's on the floor, and say, "Hey, I don't know how to use this piece of equipment. Could you show me, you know, how to do it?" Blah blah blah. Or, "Hey, I don't know if my form is correct. Could you take a look at this and, you know, make sure I'm doing it right?" Now just know they're gonna try to sell you a membership, so be prepared for that. Um, your gym memberships typically come with some type of fitness assessment. Now, if you're like, I don't wanna go the personal training route, that's cool. Another option is to do group exercise, and most group exercise, classes, they are instructed by a certified group fitness instructor or a certified personal trainer. Me, like I mentioned, I'm a certified personal trainer, so I can do almost everything except for, like, classes where they're, like, to the beat and counts and all of that stuff, but in Orange Theory, and I can only speak on Orange Theory because that's where I work, and I've never worked at a lot of these other boutique spaces. We're all certified in either group fitness or personal training. So when you are doing stuff wrong, it is our job to say, "Hey, friend, I see you're doing that deadlift." And this is a commonly like done wrong exercise, a deadlift. "Hey, friend, I see you're doing that deadlift. Let me help you make that a little bit better. Let's fix you up." Group exercise is a great way to learn movements, to learn form. to understand the feeling, better body and spatial awareness. I love group exercise for that reason. But if you're also like, I don't know, girl, hire a personal trainer for like 4 to 5 weeks so that they can take you through the movement. Shit, you don't even got to do it for 4 to 5 weeks. You could hire a personal trainer for 2 to 3 weeks and they can some of them will create a program for you that you do on your own, but they show you how to do the exercises. That's something that I used to offer. If you just wanted a fitness program created for you, I would go over how to do the actual movements. And then every couple of weeks, I would check in and we would either adjust the exercises, go up and down on the weights, things like that. But your gym, wherever you go, it has so many different options, and I honestly would not suggest starting out with, like, a Peloton or a YouTube Fitness or anything because there is no one watching your form. Form is more important than how heavy you're lifting. There's no one watching your form, and you want somebody that's educated, that knows how to do it, that has a certification. I'm sorry your boyfriend don't got a certification. He can't help you. And he's not giving you a proper progressive overload workout. You gonna burn your shit out in like 2 weeks. You're gonna go home and you're gonna be stupid sore. You're gonna pull something, you're gonna tear something. Like, please, please go get an actual, like, look, my microphone thing coming off. Go get yourself an actual fitness professional that can show you how to do the movements. Okay. But those are my 3 quick things. So, let's recap it. Be mentally prepared. Be mentally prepared for this new journey that you're about to be on. It's going to take time. It's not gonna go the way that you think it's gonna go. It's going to have twists and turns, and you're gonna have to make adjustments. You're gonna have to, redefine the way that your strength training program actually looks. You're going to have to do that. Also, be mentally prepared for the fact that strength training is not a short term thing. You do it for the rest of your life. The rest of your life. One of the things that my professor in college always would say, shout out to Barb Abbott, folks, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And actually, that is something that is typically said when you're studying for the ACSM. That was a big thing with ACSM. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. NASM, same thing, all of that stuff. So if you don't work out your body, work out your muscles, it's going to deteriorate faster. As we get older, all your body is trying to do is die. It's ready to die. So we have to really prolong that process, prolong the breakdown process. That's why we do the strength training. That's why we do the cardio, et cetera, et cetera. Number two, have an idea of exactly what it is you want to do. How many times a week are you working out? What type of training are you going to be doing? What are some things that your body needs to work on? Are you going to take group exercise classes? You know, that whole thing. And then number 3, please get a professional. Please get a professional. I'm begging you to get a professional. I've had women that I was their first personal trainer, and they are still doing their fitness and their wellness journey to this day because I gave them the foundation. I'm very big on giving people the foundation. That's why I'm here to give you the foundation. Find professional help, whether it is you hire a personal trainer, or you go to group exercise classes, or you just ask the gym, hey, can I get a fitness assessment? That is going to be so beneficial for you on your journey because I'm be honest with y'all. If you do it on your own, you have a higher tendency to get hurt. And if you are working out with somebody that's giving you a program that is not certified or doesn't have the education, you're going to get hurt. I guarantee you they don't have insurance either in case you do get hurt. But like you're going to get hurt. And I think the big inspiration behind this video today is because I went to the gym yesterday and there was a young lady that was working out next to me and she was doing deadlifts. And I thought the weight that she had was probably too heavy, and so she's doing the deadlifts. And if you're familiar with the deadlift form, you hinge at your hips. You might try to maintain a flat back. But when you come up, I'm trying to do it as best as I can. So when you come up, she was like shrugging her shoulders up and she had her chin in her chest. And that's not the way that you do deadlift form. So I let her do her reps. I finished out my exercises that I was doing. So I said, hey, sister, I said, I don't want to bother you. I know you're doing your deadlifts, but can I show you how to fix your form because you're going to hurt yourself? And so I let her know I'm a certified personal trainer. That's why I wanted to help. And so I showed her the proper way to do deadlifts. I don't know if she did it. I don't know if she did it. But I was happy that I helped, but I do know that I've had situations where I've seen people do things wrong and I try to correct them and they basically tell me to go eat shit. I have seen girls in the gym and they're working out with their boyfriends. Or like Barb says, off of 16 and pregnant with your boyfriends. They're doing the wildest exercises. This doesn't make any sense. She's not gonna hit her goals. You know what I mean? So it was really important, especially as the weather is starting to break, at least here in the district, that you all knew these three things. So remember, be mentally prepared, have a great idea of what it is that you're trying to achieve, what you want it to look like for your fitness, for your strength training program, and then get professional help. Whether that is going to group exercise classes, hiring a personal trainer, or just doing a fitness orientation slash fitness assessment at your local gym. I hope this helps somebody. I'm glad that you stayed for this entire video. Per usual, make sure that you like, rate, review, subscribe, do all of the things. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Leave a comment down below. Where do you work out? What gym do you go to? Where are you located? You know, if you happen to be in the district, maybe we can work out together. Maybe you can come take a Orange Theory class. But leave the comments down below. Did you like these three tips that I left you? If you would like to collaborate, reach out to me. Redefining Wellness at Gmail. Well, Redefining Wellness Pod. There we go at gmail.com. Thank y'all so much for watching this video, and thank you for being uniquely fit.